Hello everybody. In the previous video we have learned torque on a current carrying loop placed on the magnetic field, but the loop was in the as shown in the plane of the board, here on the plane of the board, and the magnetic field was in this direction. Now this is the part 2, or you can say case 2, where the plane of the coil is making an angle alpha with the magnetic field. So the case can be visualized like this. Initially this was the plane of the coil and the magnetic field was like this. We have already discussed that the area vector is a vector which is normal to the area, and the direction is given by the direction of the current. So the direction of current was anti-clockwise, hence the area vector was like this. Okay. Now here the coil is placed like this. The coil is placed like this, as I have kept my mobile over here, and the magnetic field is like this. Okay. So this is the case that I have drawn on the board. The coil or the loop, and this is the direction of the magnetic field. Now from here you can very well see that the normal to this loop will be like this. This is the normal which I have shown here. So normal to the loop, if I bring it here like this, so this is the normal. Okay, and this normal has been shown like this. And since the magnetic field was in this direction and normal is in this direction, so both are making an angle of theta with each other. Clear? Then the third thing is the plane of the coil is making an angle alpha with B, which means that this is the plane of the coil. Okay? And if I draw a line over here, so this is the horizontal line showing the plane of the coil, and this is the magnetic field. So both are making an angle of alpha with each other. So this is the situation that we have just now discussed, and we want to find out that how much now is the torque exerted by the magnetic field on this loop. Now the current is in this direction and the magnetic field is in this direction. So the arm AB of the loop will feel a forward movement, as was in the previous video. Similarly, the arm CD would want to go into the plane of the board, and the force was equal to I into L into B. Now these forces were 0, and here also they are 0. Now in this case, this force is I into L into B. This force is also I into L into B, but now this is B. This point and this point have been shown as this point and this point. This is the normal I have drawn over here. This is the magnetic field. This is the angle alpha. Now if this is the magnetic field and the plane of the coil is making an angle alpha, then we have to find out that what is the perpendicular distance between these two forces in order to find out torque. Because torque, as we have studied earlier, is nothing but either of the force. Either force into force arm. Okay. Now force is ILB, one force. But how much is the force arm? Force arm is the perpendicular distance between the two forces, and the perpendicular distance, if I just take this over here, then this is the perpendicular distance between the two forces, because vector can be translated parallel to itself, so this vector can be translated here. So this is the perpendicular distance. And now how much is it? If this angle is alpha, then this is a parallel line, these two are parallel lines, this is a transversal. If this angle is alpha, this angle will also be alpha. if this angle is alpha and this whole length is b, then this part, the perpendicular distance, will be b cos alpha. So the force arm can be written as b cos alpha. Okay? But there is another way to write down b cos alpha, and that we can write down in the terms of theta. So if this is theta, then this angle will be theta because this is 90. This is 90. Now, if this is 90, this is alpha, this has to be theta, this theta. These angles would be same. And if this angle is theta, then this portion can be written as b sin theta, which means that either we can write the force arm as b cos alpha, or we can write it as b sin theta. So we have ILB into b sin theta. Now I'm just erasing this. To write down the final expression. So torque is equal to ILB. L and B will again be the area of the loop. So I into A. Then you have B. Then you have sin theta. Sin theta. Now I into A is written as M, the magnetic dipole moment. M is I into A. So MB sin theta. So torque becomes MB sin theta. Now the direction of the torque is in the direction of the cross product of M with B. So M cross B will give you the direction of torque. So it should not be written in the reverse order, because otherwise the direction of torque will change. So torque is M cross B. So now what is M? M is the magnetic dipole moment, the magnetic moment, which is equal to I into A, and this is analogous to the dipole moment that you have done in electrostatics, which is equal to Q into 2A. So everything that we have studied in electrostatics, there is an analogy in magnetostatics. Here we had, earlier we had dipole moment, now we have magnetic moment. This was equal to charge and distance. Here it is equal to current into area. And in a similar way, we have done in electrostatics that torque was equal to P cross E, the dipole moment, with in a cross product with the electric field. Here the torque is given by the magnetic moment in cross product with B. So this is the torque that acts on the current carrying loop placed in the magnetic field when the plane of the coil makes an angle alpha with the magnetic field. Now the question is, why really do we want to understand this? And students, you would be surprised to know that the galvanometers that you see in the laboratories, which are also known as moving coil galvanometers, those galvanometers are based on this principle. There is a coil inside them, and the coil is placed in the presence of the magnetic field, and when we pass current through the coil, there is a deflection because of the torque that the coil experiences, and we see the needle moving. And so therefore the construction of the moving coil galvanometer requires this concept, and moving coil galvanometer we will be studying in the next video. Bye until then. Thank you.